Deep in the heart of the Egyptian desert, a legend whispers on the wind. It speaks of a lost pyramid older than time itself. This is not just any tomb, it is said to hold unimaginable power. They say it's a gateway to the gods. Some even believe it grants immortality. This isn't just some tall tale told to scare children. The legend is etched into ancient papyrus scrolls. These scrolls hint at incredible power, a power that could reshape the world. But finding this pyramid, that's the real trick. The lost pyramid is more than just hidden, it's shrouded in powerful magic. It appears to those deemed worthy and vanishes from sight just as quickly. Many have searched, but none have returned. Until now. The pharaohs knew of the lost pyramid. They kept its location a closely guarded secret. This knowledge was passed down through generations. Each ruler swore to protect the pyramid's power. They believed it belonged to the gods alone. Osiris, the god of the underworld, played a crucial role. Legend says that Osiris bestowed the pyramid's power upon the first pharaoh. He warned against its misuse. The consequences would be dire. But time, as they say, has a way of unraveling even the tightest kept secrets. Ancient texts started to surface. Ambitious souls whispered of finding the lost pyramid and claiming its power for themselves. Pharaoh Ra-Mesir was a ruler unlike any other. He was known for his wisdom and his thirst for knowledge. One night he had a vivid dream. Sekhmet, the lion goddess of war, appeared before him. Sekhmet was a fearsome sight. She breathed fire and her roar shook the very foundations of the palace. Her message was clear. Ra-Mesir was chosen to find the lost pyramid. The fate of Egypt rested on his shoulders. Ra-Mesir knew he couldn't ignore this call. He gathered his most trusted advisors. They pored over ancient texts. Time was of the essence. The dream was a warning. Ra-Mesir knew he needed a special team. He needed people with unique skills for this perilous quest. He called upon the best Egypt had to offer. First was Tariq, the master navigator. Tariq could read the stars like a book. He knew the desert like the back of his hand. Next was Nefertari, a skilled architect and engineer. Her knowledge of ancient structures was unmatched. Then there was Menes, the brave warrior. Menes was a skilled swordsman and fiercely loyal. He would protect the group from any danger. Lastly, there was Isis, a high priestess, wise in the ways of the gods. Their journey began in the shadow of the Great Pyramid of Khufu. Legend said it held a clue to the lost pyramid's location. Ra-Mesir and his team ventured deep inside. The air was thick with dust and the silence was deafening. They came across a series of chambers filled with intricate hieroglyphs. Each chamber presented a riddle. One wrong move could trigger a deadly trap. Nefertari's knowledge proved invaluable. Finally, they reached a room bathed in an ethereal light. On the ceiling, a map of stars unlike any they'd seen before. Tariq recognized it instantly. It was a celestial map leading to the lost pyramid. Following Tariq's guidance, they journeyed across the desolate desert. Days turned into nights under the watchful gaze of the stars. Then a monumental figure emerged from the swirling sand, the Great Sphinx. The Sphinx spoke, its voice a rumbling echo. It posed a riddle. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? The answer, Menes realized, was man. A baby crawls on all 4s, an adult walks on 2 legs, and an elder uses a cane as a 3rd leg. The Sphinx, satisfied, rumbled and shifted its massive paws, revealing a hidden passage. The path to the lost pyramid was open. Section 7. Unveiling the Lost Pyramid. The passage led to a hidden oasis. In the center, shimmering under the desert sun, stood the lost pyramid. It was smaller than the others, but radiated an otherworldly aura. As they approached, the hieroglyphs on the pyramid's surface seemed to writhe and shift. They pulsed with an energy that made their skin tingle. Ra-Mesir felt a mixture of awe and trepidation. With a mighty groan, the pyramid's entrance opened. A wave of energy washed over them. They had finally found it, but what awaited them inside? The legend offered no answers, only the promise of power and the threat of the unknown. Section 8. The Celestial Orb and Osiris's Warning. The interior of the pyramid was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers. They finally reached the heart of the pyramid. There, on a pedestal, rested a celestial orb. It pulsed with raw power. As Ra-Messir reached for it, a voice boomed through the chamber. It was Osiris, god of the underworld. His image appeared within the orb, his expression grave. Osiris warned them the orb contained unimaginable power. In the wrong hands, it could destroy all of Egypt. He tasked Ra-Messir with a heavy burden. He must choose to either seal the orb's power or unleash it upon the world. Section 9. Sealing the power. Ra-Messir stood before the orb, its power thrumming against his fingertips. He could feel the weight of his decision. Could he be trusted with such power? What if it fell into the wrong hands? He thought of Sekhmet's warning and Osiris's grave words. He looked to his companions, their faces etched with concern. He knew what he had to do. With a heavy heart, Ra-Messir used the knowledge he had gained on his journey. He performed an ancient ritual, sealing the orb's power. The pyramid rumbled in response, its power receding. They had chosen to protect Egypt, even at the cost of the orb's potential. Section 10. Whispers through time. Ra-Messir and his team returned to Thebes, forever changed by their experience. They kept the location of the lost pyramid a secret. The knowledge died with them, or so they thought. Over time, stories of their adventure spread. They became legend, whispered from generation to generation. The lost pyramid became a symbol of both power and caution, a reminder that some secrets are best left buried. And so the legend lives on. It beckons adventurers and dreamers alike. They still search for the lost pyramid, hoping to claim its power for themselves. But the desert sands hold their secrets tight. The true power of the lost pyramid lies not in its discovery, but in the choices we make when faced with the unknown.